Live tonight on South Padre Island, where we're talking about Saharan dust. Dust that's coming all the way from Africa across the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico. It's kind of hard to see if you just look out, but let me show you something. If you look straight north from a vantage point like this up high, up Gulf Boulevard, up all the way up toward the convention center and beyond, notice how the buildings on the horizon just kind of fade away. And that's a combination of the African dust and the normal sea air that's out here. There's always a little bit of something in the atmosphere, but boy, you just have trouble seeing those buildings way out on the end, and that's a sign that the dust is rolling in, and it's going to roll across all of the valley over the course of the next couple of days. And it's not terrible, but again, if you look straight up, you see blue sky. But if you look on the horizon, you see a little brown tint to it, and that's a sign that the dust is coming from Africa. Let's look at a couple of maps. I want to show you the wind speeds and the flow coming across the Caribbean and into the Gulf of Mexico. And when you look at that, you notice there's some strong winds in the Caribbean, and that wind flow is east to west, and then it just kind of curves right up into Texas, and that's what's carrying that dust. And it's not just coming from, Central America like the smoke does in April and May, but this is coming all the way from Africa. Now, this is an animation going through the next couple of days, and notice it just continues, and that dust just continues to kind of pour into Texas as that happens. So it won't be just us. It won't be it's by no means just the island. It's, really all of the valley, all of coastal Texas, probably all the way up to San Antonio, perhaps even as far north as Dallas, and Houston will see it. Again, look at that. It's coming all the way off the coast of Africa, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And sometimes when you get that dust mixed in like that, that inhibits hurricane growth. There's a lot of dust out there right now, and there's absolutely nothing happening in the tropics, so the dust having a positive impact in that sense, and at least it does some inhibition of tropical development out there, so at least that's a good thing out of it, right? Well, let's look at what our visibilities are across the valley, because right now the only place showing any downturn in the visibility is the Cameron County Airport in Port Isabel. We can almost see that from here. It's about 7 miles away, and that's what the visibility is from there. Everybody else still looking good, but I suspect those numbers will come down a little bit as we head through the weekend as this dust continues to roll in. Air quality is dropping to moderate, so it's, if you're sensitive to dust and things like that, allergies, then you might want to just limit your time outside just a little bit. It's not terrible, just a small downturn in the air quality. Here are your temperatures across the valley. Out here at the coast, upper 80s, low 90s, but as you move inland, it's a whole lot warmer than that. And tomorrow's going to be a hot one again. Temperatures across the area will likely go over 100 from about I-69C westward, so that's Edinburgh, McAllen, all the way back into Rio Grande City. East of that, readings in the 90s, and here at the beach, right at 89 to 90 degrees tomorrow. Satellite and radar today over the region shows a whole lot of nothing. Patchy clouds, that's really been just about it. A couple of sprinkles showed up earlier today, but it was just a drop here and a drop there. Certainly nothing more than that. Now, as far as future track goes, it suggests things are not going to change much the next few days. We continue to see just kind of a mix of clouds and sun, but really dominated by the sunshine each afternoon, and that will allow our temperatures to get quite warm. Overnight, it's just very warm and very humid with patchy clouds each night. Going to tomorrow night into Sunday, things don't change a whole lot. In fact, we don't see any real chance of rain, significant at least, until the middle to latter part of next week at the best, when we might see a few light showers work their way back into the forecast. But you're talking the middle to the end of next week. Nothing left between now and then. Here are your 3-day highs, and you can see that we stay above average. The normal's 95, we'll go 98, 97, and 97. If you're headed our way, headed to the beach this weekend, here's your coastal forecast. The all-important coastal forecast for here at the beach. Our water temperature is still warm at 84 degrees. The air temperature a little warmer than that. Pretty good breeze out of the southeast tomorrow, about 20 miles an hour to start the day. As the day goes on, the breeze stays up. Temperatures stay mainly in the upper 80s. UV index is extreme, and again, the rip current risk is moderate. Here are the tides. If you're going fishing, these are the tides at the jetties. There are 3 tomorrow. Seas 3 to 5 feet with a moderate chop on the bay. So here you go. For tonight across the valley, partly to mainly clear skies, light breeze, the wind will die down a little bit, about 80 for a low, And then tomorrow we're back up into the mid to upper 90s again, except here at the coast where we're looking at 89 to 90 degrees, but mostly sunny and should be a rain-free day, rain-free weekend across the valley. Next 7 days look like this. Temperatures stay in the 90s throughout the forecast period. Nighttime lows upper 70s and low 80s. By the middle of next week, you notice we put the word mainly in front of dry, indicating a slight chance for a couple of showers by the end of next week, but only a slight chance right now. No big systems coming to change what we have right now whatsoever. In the meantime, looks like a great holiday weekend here and all across the valley. That's your updated First Warn 5 forecast live on South Padre Island. Tim Smith, Channel 5 News at 6.